Hi, Kaylee. How you doing? Thank you so much for kicking things off. That's not always the easiest thing to do, so thank you. Fantastic logo. I love it. It's just, wow, what a difference. Since this is a corporate identity piece and not a rebrand or a redesign piece, let's get rid of that. We don't need that in the portfolio. My next comment, I think, is just really, it's almost, Kaylee, like you're hiding your work. Everything is presented so tiny and just kind of randomly on the page. So you're not establishing really any relationships. For example, there is a solid relationship between a business card, a letterhead, and an envelope, right? But you have these kind of just placed randomly so that there's not really any relationship. I kind of see what you're doing. Like here, this has got a relationship because it's a hat and a shirt. So, but everything else is just kind of random. And I've got some suggestions for that. But the first thing I would recommend is like I said, let's get rid of that. So that leaves us with actually only three pieces because the letterhead, the business card, and the envelope are one piece. And if we take a look over at the requirements here in the first bullet point, the letterhead, business card, envelope, that's all one piece. Okay, so you've got it counting as three, one, two, three, and then that would be four and five. And in reality, this is one, two, and three. So you owe two more pieces. Okay, now, and then here's what you can do. You can use these for the pieces. You can use signage, wayfinding, vehicle apparel, brochure. I don't think you're showing enough here. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that this could be so dynamic, but right now it's so tame. Let me give you an example. The truck, for example, you've got the logo on the truck. And again, the logo looks just fantastic. But you got this logo on the truck and you just have this, like just this homemade image of a truck with your logo on it, and it's just not going to work in a portfolio. And what I would suggest is find a commercial image. You can find an image, but just make sure you credit it. You have to credit all your images that you use. For example, that background would have to be credited. But so find an image of a truck in the field, like a truck that's in maybe in a job site where there's guys working in the background or something. Do you know what I'm saying? And then put the logo on that. That would make a lot more sense. It's an action shot. It's filling the viewer's imagination. So it would be much more preferred than just showing this static image of the front of a truck. You see what I'm saying? I hope you agree. Try it. I think you'll like it. As far as the business card, envelope, and letterhead, you can take the invoice off there because right now it's just too much in competition with this logo here. So you've got the idea. Yes, you do use the letterhead for the invoice. That's a really good plan, but the invoice would have to be placed something like that because, you know what I'm saying? Because right now it's just totally encroaching on the logo, and that's something you don't want. And then this big invoice over here, that's in direct competition with the logo. So that's something that would be ill-advised as well. They're so tiny. I want to show you a different presentation of how you can show business card. And right here, business card, number 10 envelope and letterhead. They got a blank in the background, and then they got the active verbiage in the front letterhead showing it basically in action. Okay, and then the business card, that brings me to the business card. Your business card, there's some things you still want to include in a business card, and any professional will tell you that it's a mistake just to use the name and the number, because if you don't have access to your phone, your business is down. I hope that makes sense. So you still want some things that you have your name and a business card. It would be the name, title, the address of the company, the phone, the fax, the URL, and email. And that way you're multitasking this business card instead of just giving it one purpose, and that's to circulate a phone number. So in other words, if you can point them to, there's a good chance that this won't get a whole lot of response. It's certainly not as much response. I'm not saying go nuts like this. This is just crazy, all this stuff. It's a great idea cleaning it up, but you still have some basic material you need to include. I think it was a good idea. I'm fine with this, the bottom here being this brown, because it almost mimics the earth. So you have this relationship between the ground, which is perfect for a landscaper. I love that. And I'm glad you didn't try to force it over here or the bottom of the envelope or something like that. I think it's tasteful there, but not overdone. Good job. As far as your mock-ups for your t-shirt and your hat, try to get some different kind of action shots. Again, what I'm saying, these action shots, like show somebody wearing the hat. Where is that? Let me go over to this announcement if I can. I showed this announcement. Where was it? Here we are, right here. Just want to show you this. Take a look at this right here, because this is showing you a bunch of different examples of how you can mock these things up in these settings that are just a little more interesting. And make sure you take a look at that, because there's some examples in there that have apparel where they're actually photoshopped on people. So instead of just showing a shirt with a white background, you're actually showing a guy with a rake, and wearing a professional landscaper's t-shirt. So again, you're giving the viewer these ideas. You're filling in the blanks here. And it just works so well. Be sure to look at that, because there's some great examples in there. So that leaves us with this problem. We still only have 3 pieces. Oh, you know what? I showed you that example. Wanted to show you another example of an actual presentation of the corporate. This is just an idea. This is corporate identity. So look at the presentation. And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is like, and there were several more shots like this, actually. So and then there was the letterhead, and then the business card letterhead envelope together. But this is just kind of a brief synopsis of what we have. And then don't forget this presentation here as well. Okay. And please don't forget to take a look at those videos that I placed over there in the announcements. That's some great examples of corporate identity, examples of presentation, etc. Okay. So the other pieces that you can use are right here. Where did that go? This is, oh, here, it should be coming up right here. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry, I was wrong again. Here, right here. Okay, so here, again, these are the things that you can use in your corporate identity. And, go ahead and break out of here if you want. If you want to include something that you think would be cool, like, well, you know what? Take a look at those videos, because there's some really cool examples in there. All right, so anyway, that is my suggestion. The logo looks fantastic. It's just the presentation right now, the way that you're showing these different things, plus the 2 missing things. And plus, we, as stunning of a comparison as this is, as this rebranding, redesign, that's great, but that's not what the project is. So unfortunately, we have to get rid of that guy. Okay. All right. Awesome job. Thank you. Any questions, please let me know. Thank you very much.